Hello, welcome to a bonus episode of Going Dutch. This is called Date Night. It's where we talk about a movie.
More like a boner episode of
Dude,
Going Dutch.
went from 6 to midnight real fast because we're about to talk about Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
The Gooby of Fooky.
The way this show, this bonus episode works, we love talking about movies. If you've heard this show before, it comes up a lot.
It pretty much is just one of us starts talking about a movie and how much we love it, and the other person goes, wow, I gotta watch
I
it.
gotta watch it. I can't wait.
It's actually my favorite part of this whole show is
it
just
is.
finding out what movies I haven't seen that are going to be good when I see them.
I'm not that big of a Harry Potter fan until the very last movie. Now, the first half of the very last movie.
Yeah, man, that first one was good.
Dude, I was like I was out for 9 movies, and then that last one, or however many movies there were until
6.
Deathly Hollow, that part 1, I loved it. I loved everything about it. I loved how it ended. I was just, I was devastated. I had no idea that was going to happen.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Dude, Dobby got it hard.
He got it literally right in the chest.
Yeah, straight to this chest.
It was brutal. Anyway, so this show, we watch a movie, we talk about the movie, we rate the movie on a scale of 1 to 3. It's called our dating review scale. It's a first date. Movie so good that you'd risk a first date, take them to this movie in theaters.
Honestly, that's a pretty good first date movie, if I'm being honest.
Well, we'll get to it. Is it a third date movie? Something you can just sort of, I don't know, have on in the background while you make out and try and finger each other?
Depends on how many times you've seen it.
Or
I do have friends who are a couple who just turn on Harry Potter and just go to town.
Is it their Office?
Yeah, I think Harry Potter can be somebody's new girl or Office.
God. Yeah, I can see that. I do that with like old 80s movies, and like I'll throw on Terminator 2 and just clean the house.
Yeah, dude.
I love it.
T2.
Or is it a last date movie? A movie so bad you would take someone and torture them through it the entire time, and then they would decide this is our last date ever.
That's awesome. That's a great scale.
You like that scale?
Yeah.
It's real quick. It's just, we don't have to do 4.5 to 10. It's a masterpiece. It's the worst movie ever. It's just on a 1 to 3 dating scale.
Okay,
That's all
cool.
you need to
so
know.
first date.
Third date, last date.
First date, third date, last date. Cool.
Goblet of Fire. Oh, and then let's not forget the most important part is I'm bringing back an oldie but a goodie. If you're a fan of my podcast career, you used to listen to Well Actually, a podcast for nerds who think they know everything, and I took the quiz chunk from that show and brought it to this bonus episode. So I wrote a 10-question multiple-choice quiz for Jake to see how well he knows Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Let's get to it. What the fuck do you love about this movie?
Opening scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's like the skull in the sky, right?
Yeah.
That's this movie. And then, so to be clear also, Kane just watched it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a couple years, but it is a movie I've seen a lot and I know well. Anyway, Nagini slithers in, goes through the skull. Dude, I remember being young enough that this part scared me still when I first saw it. So then we have the housekeeper guy of the Riddle House. Oh man, forget his name. Dang, that sucks. I'm gonna fail. Frank. And he is making a kettle, and then he sees the light in the house, and he's like, these kids. Goes in there, and he just gets a green flash, dead streak. Spoiler alert. And then the kettle's going or something, and the screaming and whatever. Harry wakes up. They're going to the Quidditch World fucking Cup, man.
Yeah, bro.
And if you don't know about the Quidditch World Cup, it's like the Wizards Super Bowl, okay?
It is.
Yeah.
They're very excited about it.
No, for real. And Harry Potter is kind of like Taylor Swift, and Victor Crumb is Thomas Kelce at this moment in wizarding time. But anyway, they go to the World Cup, and there's actually a discrepancy between book and movie here of where their like seats are, that they're like bad seats, but actually they are good seats in the book. It doesn't matter. But it's like super cool. The Wizard World Cup. Everybody's just stoked out of their minds. Harry never gets to do this type of shit. It's just a great time. Fun for the whole fucking family.
Whole goddamn family.
And then tragedy strikes.
Mm-mm.
It's kind of like, it really feels like, nowadays when it's like, tragedy strikes at a music festival or something. Like Coachella got flooded or whatever. It was like,
Yeah,
oh no, like all these rich people who get to go see the biggest sporting event got attacked by the Death Eaters. But it basically would be like the KKK showing up to like Coachella. That was like essentially like the basic context here. Anyway, sadness, everyone's like, oh shit, the Death Eaters are back. He who must not be named. Oh shit. And at this point in the Harry Potter world, Voldemort's not back. People don't think he can come back. People think he's gone for good.
Yeah. He's just a shriveled up old fetus just sitting in a bathtub somewhere.
Anyway, Harry's scar burns.
Oh, God.
And then all these wizards pop out of the darkness and like, and Harry ducks as 7 curses strike right above his head, which is just perfect. Anyway,
that's great.
That's my son! Anyway, Weasley comes in, saves him. He's like, what the hell is going on? And then we meet fucking, what's his name?
Batman?
Basically Batman.
He's basically Batman.
Do you want me to keep recapping this movie?
Keep going. Yeah, we have to.
So then we meet the guy who's like the Inquisitor. What's his name?
What's his dick?
He's got a mustache, the slick back hair.
Mm-hmm.
He runs a part of the ministry where he's just kind of like a narc, really. He's like the total narc.
Has he got a mustache?
Yeah, the mustache.
Does he have a son?
Yeah.
Barty Crouch Sr.?
Barty Crouch, dude.
Come on. Barty Crouch comes in. He is a rule keeper.
Dude, he sucks.
Yeah,
man.
he's not great.
What's funny is he's like definitely supposed to be a good-ish guy, but he's not a good guy.
No, and he raised a freak.
He raised a real freak.
That guy is a freak of nature.
That's the freak of the week for sure.
Who the fuck slithers their tongue like that?
So another
disturbing
book and movie difference is in the book.
Yeah,
he's a little kid.
Barty Crouch,
the young guy, junior.
No shit.
Little guy. He's like 14 and he gets into torturing people. He's a bad kid.
Whoa.
He's not like this adult character, who is also like.
Because also, Doctor Who and the guy who plays Barty Crouch Sr. are the same fucking age.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like when they meet each other in that trial.
Yeah.
Or whatever, when they find out that it was Junior. It's just he walks up and he's like, hello, father. And you're like, you guys went to the same AA meeting. What are you talking about?
Totally. It's really weird. Yeah. So anyway, it's just like funny how it all comes together. But so meet Crouch, and then, dude, basically it's like we're going to Hogwarts. It's exciting. And Hermione also, this is like the movie where they got hot. And like this movie is a coming of age tale.
It is,
which is fun. There's
it's
romance.
A tween story, but it's not like dumb in the way that Twilight is.
No,
where there are 20-something, 30-somethings pretending to be teenagers and vampires. There's actual teenagers who are coming of age in a movie where they're coming of age. It's very well done.
Yeah, and what I love about it is it balances like the turmoil of being in high school, but also feeling like there's like a weight of the world on your shoulders, which is like very cool, where it's like even though they're like afraid of the Dark Lord and there's all these bad things happening, they're also still like having these romantic relationships and stuff like that. So we get to Hogwarts. Dumbledore announces the Triwizard Tournament.
Triwizard Tournament.
And he unveils it, and it's this big thing where, you gotta be over the age of 17. Barty Crouch, the total narc loser, shows up to give those rules. Also, that's when we meet Mad-Eye Moody, which is a crazy scene because if you know anything about Harry Potter, why would he be walking with like a peg leg up like the rock face behind Hogwarts? Why didn't he just take the road from Hogsmeade? Doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Doesn't make one lick of sense.
He comes in, cures the ceiling of like storm sickness, and then he's like, Mad-Eye Moody, defense against dark arts. If you don't know about the defense against dark arts, he's not going to make it past a year, okay? Anyway, we meet Moody. Let's just speed things up. Triwizard Tournament happens. You can't be under 17. Harry's name comes out of the Goblet of Fire, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And everyone's shocked.
Shook.
They can't believe it.
Even though they know they're in the movie Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, they are shocked.
They're
to
like,
their core.
wait, Harry? And then so calmly and collected, not Gandalf.
Dumbledore the Grey.
Dumbledore the Grey rocks up and,
calmly.
just as calm as one person can be given the nature of the situation. He gently grabs Harry by his shoulder and he goes, What's the name of the Goblet of Fire?
Did
And scares the ever-living shit out of me.
you ask one of the older students to do it for you?
What the fuck are you talking about? How would that even be possible? Don't you have to, like, if that's the rules, how would that even be possible? You know what I'm saying?
It's all malarkey at this point. But then 3 tournament, stages. Harry's fallen in love with Cho Chang. Cho Chang likes the other cool stud, Cedric Diggory. Whole thing. First, dragons. Next, mermaids. Third one is a maze, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
And then he ends. They grab the cup. They go to this graveyard. Voldemort comes back. Voldemort kills Cedric. Well, actually, he doesn't kill Cedric, but Cedric dies. And then Harry uses this thing where, like, his parents come back or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets sent back to Hogwarts. And the guy's like, my boy!
It's my boy! He Avada Kedavras himself. I can't take it!
I love when they come back and the horn section's like, it's time.
You know what? You know how on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram now you can't say suicide anymore? You have to say unalive yourself.
Yeah.
I want to change it to I'm going to Avada Kedavra myself.
That'd be insane.
My boy! That's insane.
That's so
You
great.
think of just wizard suicide.
You just see like a wizard in a wife beater. It's got like mustard stains, and the ceiling fan is just going slowly above him. You see just a wand next to him and like a half drunk bottle of bourbon. And he's just sitting there like a green aura is around his body, and they're like clear case of Avada Kedavra himself.
Dude, classic. This is a pretty clear-cut case, boys. Let's wrap it up.
Wizard cops come.
Yeah. The R's like, another one Avada Kedavra himself. I always wonder if you say Avada Kedavra, if that'll just,
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's one of my
dangerous.
favorite memes on TikTok ever is when they came out with Hogwarts Legacy, and they said you can be as good or as bad as you want, and somebody was like, my first day at Hogwarts, and it's a clip of Voldemort going, "Oh!" That's what I would do. I would wreck shop. If you give
This
me
day one. I got to try it once.
Yeah, if you give me a day in Grand Theft Auto or in Red Dead Redemption where I get to choose to be the best or the worst guy, I'm the worst guy.
Isn't
Because
it?
you have to be the best guy every day of your life. If you're not the best guy every day of your real life, then you go to actual real Azkaban.
You're going to jail.
For reals. And then maybe if you get a chance, you might Avada Kedavra yourself.
Yeah, dude. I would definitely like to Avada Kedavra myself before I go to human prison.
But I want to walk down the corridors of this haunted school and fucking just straight up set people on fire. There's
I want
fire
to run
curses.
through the halls of my high school, scream Avada Kedavra at the top of my lungs. Avada Kedavra.
Yeah, dude. This movie was scary. Genuinely, if I was a child when this movie came out and I went and saw it and I was a huge Harry Potter fan, and the moment you're just seeing, first of all, everyone, he's so isolated in every movie, but this one feels the most isolated, Harry, because he has no control over the circumstances he finds himself in, and then everyone, including his best friend, shuns him because they think he's just a fame-seeking cunt.
Dude,
if I were
that
to be so
scene
bold.
with their haircuts in this are bad. There's a few
Yes.
scenes of Harry's hair that are so bad.
Brush your fucking hair,
It was
Potter.
so like there was one where his hair was literally like that. Like it was bizarre.
just up and out
The
and all
scene
over.
where Harry's name gets pulled and Ron just goes. It's the most dramatic. Like, why didn't he just be like, "Yo, man, for real"?
Did you throw your name in the Goblet
Yeah.
of Fire?
Calmly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why you gotta oust him? Like you caught him fucking your wife.
Which
You're just so mad at him.
In the book, that's what he kind of does. He's like, "Yeah, man, pretty cool that you did that. You could have at least told me."
Yeah.
And he's like, "What the fuck, dude? I didn't do this shit."
I didn't do it.
Pretty
What does that mean?
isolating.
It
It was it had to be hard, man.
Yeah, I bet it was hard. So in this, it's pretty cool to then finally see Voldemort because everyone's just been talking mad shit the whole time and not saying his name. Finally, he's finally here. He's got no nose for some reason. He looks like me. You know, he's white, bald.
It's basically you without a nose.
It's me without a nose. And that's how I talk. Harry Potter. And, you know, you get to see, it's cool to see young Batman before he was Batman. Cedric's a cool guy. He's a you could see a heartthrob in the making.
Cedric was cool in that movie,
Cedric was
man.
a cool guy.
And
if
like,
he didn't
cool
get
to
fucking
Harry.
killed, if in reality, if he didn't get fucking straight up murdered in that graveyard and he kept going, she could have made a whole series of Cedric Diggory books.
Yeah.
Of him being a fucking superstar.
Yeah, just like, you know, winning Quidditch cups.
Yeah.
And hooking up with beautiful ladies.
Oh, yeah, he'd be wizard James Bond. He'd be a
Yeah.
wizardy Bond.
No, he would have been a cool guy.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty amazing to paint that character in such a nice light, where not only is he like the coolest guy, but he's also like nice to Harry.
Yeah.
When everyone else doesn't believe him, he's like, "Hey, man, sorry, I know." He's like, "I know you might die in this."
Yeah, you're probably gonna, as soon as you get chased by a dragon. Also, why is 17 the thing? 17's the age? If I turned 30, I wouldn't want to do that fucking thing.
That's
I don't want to
insane.
be chased by a dragon and then drown. I don't want to drown. Also, did Ron and all those people under the water sign up to be
Nope.
taken and
No,
held captive by scary mermaids?
no. It's I
How
mean,
do they get away with that?
it's like the classic joke where they're like, "There's no safer place than Hogwarts," and then it's just like a dragon blasting through the castle, kids getting tied to the bottom of the lake, getting
It's-
attacked. It's like, no, there are 1,000 places. That is the least safe place for children.
Dude, that's crazy. There's like a old Chappelle joke from like one of his first specials where he's talking about Sesame Street. He was like, I'd never go to Sesame Street. I wouldn't go there if I knew the way. And that's how I feel about Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
No way.
if an owl came by and dropped an envelope on my fucking lap.
It was like, "Hey, do you want to start at 6th grade?" And you were like,
No, I don't want to be the wizard Billy
you
Madison.
just return to sender.
just
Hold
can
it
you
outside.
Hey man, can you take that back for me? And I was just like, all right. And I'm like, can you bring it to someone specific? And he's like, who?
Hogwarts Billy Madison, just grown ass you sitting under the hat fits you like a tiny little hat.
Yeah, and it's all huge on everyone else, and then it comes to me, and it's like, Slytherin.
Just instantly.
Yeah. I'd be like, all right. I'd be like, what up, boys?
Just
I'm
lands on
only
you and he's like,
American.
Azkaban. Yeah.
They think the hat thinks I'm Voldemort.
Yeah. Prison. This is weird.
Why are you here? I got an envelope. I had nothing to do. I don't have a job.
Listen, man, it's not my fault that I got a sweet letter.
So, before we get to our ratings, where would you rank this on your Harry Potter scale? Out of your favorite Harry Potter movie to your least favorite Harry Potter movie and everything in between. And that includes the Fantastic Beasts movies. I only saw the first one, and it was a bit of all right. And then I didn't see the other ones, and because everyone said they're bad.
You really should watch them
Okay.
because it's mind-meltingly confusing. When you get to the third one of those, you will think that you missed 2 other movies because
Yeah.
they do not give you. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I had no idea what was happening. I had to turn it off. I literally thought I had missed lots of other movies. That's how confused. Anyway,
Yeah.
no, they're fucking terrible. The first one was charming. The first one was just like a charming good time, and they
Mhm.
should have stopped there. Anyway, in terms of my movies, I think the third one for me is the best film of the film series, like franchise. It's just done the best. The music is the best in it, and it has it takes a lot of art. There's a lot of artistic decisions in it that are really cool, and the Dementors are cool. It's just the best one. It's shot so well, and there's so many cool frames and decisions that are made by it's like a foreign director who did that one, and he only did that one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very clear because the other guys are like David Yates and what's the other guy's name? It's another big. He's done a ton of massive movie series that are a lot of Harry Potter movies for me are pretty stale. They're pretty to the book, not to the actual book, but to the book of Hollywood movie. Let's just make this enjoyable for the most people. not necessarily the most true to the script or the most. Let's not take any risks.
Yeah, yeah.
Is how a lot of the movies feel. Which Goblet of Fire for me feels a bit that way, but I think it was just the time in life when the Goblet of Fire hit that I really like. I also like the pacing of Goblet of Fire. How it's like Quidditch World Cup to Hogwarts to Triwizard Tournament. It's like it's a fun movie. The visual effects are good.
Mhm.
They still hold up pretty well.
Yeah.
But I'd say that for me, the movies, in terms of how good they are now as an adult, I think it's 3. It's part 1, Deathly Hallows. I would say 4, 5, 6, 1, 2.
Whoa.
That's my order.
It's a good order.
I think I'd like if I wrote that down, I would maybe move some things around. But the top 3 for me feel pretty confidently that it's 3, 7, part 1, 4.
Mm-hmm.
My book order is much different.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's my movie order.
It's a good order. Yeah, I can't really, since I'm not the mega fan, I can't really put it in order, but I did enjoy this one. I rewatched it. This is my second time seeing it after binge watching them. And I think out of all of them, this one feels less fest quetchy. No, that's not the right term. Fest quetch. Catch fest. What is it called? What's the term?
No.
Fetch quest. Fetch quest. That's a word. That's a term.
Yeah.
Not a word. Fetch quest. This is one of those movies that feels less like they're gonna go to a bunch of places to grab random things so they can learn information about future movies.
Yes.
And this movie feels more like we're dealing with the circumstances of right now.
And to be honest with you, the first 4, well, I don't know. This one is the most action-packed in terms of like how big all those moments are.
Mm-hmm.
And the first 2, like Voldemort comes back twice.
Yeah.
You know, like it's basically like, hey, you're fighting Voldemort again. And then the third one is a departure from that. And then the fourth one is like, and he's actually back.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the movies are literally leading up to the ending.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where I would say I like the pacing of this one for that exact point, because it's like you are literally just fighting for your life the entire movie.
Yeah. I liked it. Where would you rate this one? Is it a first date movie? Is it a third date movie? Or is it a last date movie for you?
I think this is a fun movie for the theater.
Mm-hmm.
First date type material, because I think it's like you can kind of get a read on what kind of person someone is depending on what kind of like they feel about this movie. Like if someone's like, that was the best movie I've ever seen, you're like, okay, you're simple. You know, you like kind of simpler plots.
Yeah.
But if someone's like, that movie sucked, you're like, you don't know how to have fun and loosen up.
Right.
You know, but I think the right response to this movie is that was pretty fun.
That was fun.
That was like a fine movie. It's like not great. It's not bad. It's like just right in the middle of like a fun time.
Plus, a lot of crazy things happen. Like actual people you care about perish. The stakes are high now. You know?
The plot moves forward.
Yeah, the stakes were high. It was like this cool sort of like corruption within the walls of Hogwarts led to Voldemort finally coming back. So then this movie itself moves the plot forward, whereas the other ones really, the overall plot moves forward after this movie, and it's like the starting point for the finale.
Yeah.
So that's what's cool about this movie. And so I would agree. I would say that there's so much that happens and so much emotional weight behind a lot of the things that happen with all the characters that I would say it's a first date movie, because it's just, you kind of can't take your eyes off of, if you've never seen this movie before either.
Right. If you're trying to like make out
it
to it and you opened your eyes and you saw the dragon scene, you'd be like, I kind of want to see if this guy gets it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You can be inside me while we watch the dragons. That's totally up to you. That's what I would say to her.
Yeah. But I got to have all eyes on
eyes on the dragons. I got to see if he gets that golden egg. But if you want to stick your thumb in my keister, that's your prerogative.
Yeah, I hear that. And then I feel like, you know, if you wanted someone to walk away from you in the Harry Potter movie, like if you wanted the last date, that you turn on Chamber of Secrets, man.
Chamber of Secrets?
You're dragging someone through the longest, scariest, kind of weirdest Harry Potter there is.
There's yeah, you're right. I don't even remember anything from that.
God, but it's just long.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
long.
so long.
And it's fun. It's like it goes on like it for a reason. And honestly, it's pretty true to the book.
Yeah.
But man, I could just kind of do without it.
I get you. Well, what do you guys think about our ratings? Do you think it's a first date movie? Do you think it's a third date movie? Do you think it's a last date movie? What are your thoughts? You can hit us up. But let's get to the quiz, and then we're gonna get out of here.
I don't know if I'm ready for this quiz.
You ready? Are you fucking ready for the quiz? Let's
I'm
get to the. I'm gonna do a better intro. Let's get to the quiz.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
Let's do it.
Let's
dude.
get to the fucking quiz. This is.
I don't think I'm ready for this. Holy shit.
This is written by me. This is multiple choice.
Hell yeah.
Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire quiz. It's 10 questions. Question number 1. What is the plant that Potter eats so he can breathe underwater?
Gillyweed.
All right, it's gillyweed. Right away. Number 2. What is the name of Voldemort's snake?
Nagini.
Nagini?
Yeah.
That's correct. That's 2 points. Do you want to hear my multiple choice
yeah,
answers?
yeah, sorry.
Crookshanks. Nagiri was one.
Oh, you
And
could've got me
then
there.
Fuck Butters.
Should have been like Bill.
Connect the contestants to the dragon they have to battle.
Nice question.
Chinese Fireball. Who fights that guy?
Can you read all of them for me?
Sure. Chinese Fireball, Welsh Green Dragon, the Hungarian Horntail, Swedish Short Snout, and the Delaware Dongwater.
That one's right out.
Do you want to know who? Do you want to know who fights the Delaware Dongwater?
Yeah.
Your mom.
You got me, man.
I got you.
All right. If I remember right,
Yeah.
Horntail's obviously Harry. The Welsh Green is Fleur.
Mm-hmm.
Cedric picks first, and that's not the Chinese Fireball. That's the other one. And then Crumb gets the Chinese Fireball.
So Swedish Short Snout, Cedric flies.
I think so.
That's correct. That's 3 correct.
Let's go,
Fucking
man.
crushing it.
I like when he goes Chinese Fireball. Ooh.
Number 4. Which curse is the Cruciatus curse? Is that torture, death, mind control, or rock hard diarrhea?
Diarrhea, man, it could lead to that. It is the torture curse.
It is the torture curse. That's 4 correct. Going for a perfect score here. Number 5. Who is Neville Longbottom's date to the Yule Ball? Is it Hermione Granger, Ginny Weasley, Cho Chang, or Mad-Eye Moody?
It is Ginny Weasley.
Ginny Weasley. That's 5. That's 5 in the bag. Number 6. Name the reporter and the newspaper they work for who interviews the contestants of the Triwizard Tournament. Is it Lisa Cheester of the Weekly Hollow, Lita Teeter of the Daily Planet, Rita Skeeter of the Daily Prophet, or Orenthal James Simpson, the L.A. Times?
It's Rita Skeeter and the Daily Prophet, baby.
That's number 6. Bonus question.
Let's go.
No multiple choice here. Which type of shorthand writing tool does the reporter use?
Quick quotes quill.
Oh, my God. That's worth a full point.
Let's go.
You're at 7 before we even get to 7. Question 7. What form does Sirius Black appear? Ron Weasley's pillow, logs in the fire, in a mirror, or Harry's ass starts talking?
He appears in a fire.
That's 7 correct, bringing you up to 8. Number 8. Who are the 2 teams that face off against each other in the Quidditch World Cup? Is it Spain versus Scotland, Israel versus Palestine, Germany versus Romania, or Ireland versus Bulgaria?
Ireland versus Bulgaria.
That's
Here come the Bulgarians!
That's 8 correct, bringing your total to 9. 9 in the second task. Which does Harry save? In the second task, who does Harry save underwater? Is it Ron and Abigail, Ron and Fleur, Ron and Gabriel, or Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift?
It's Ron and Fleur's younger sister, Abigail. Is that her name?
That is incorrect. It's Gabrielle. Not Abigail.
Wait, were there two of them?
No, it was Ron.
Wait,
And
did you have two different questions?
I did. Ron and Abigail.
Oh,
Ron
cool.
and Flora, or Ron and Gabriel.
Didn't even hear you.
Gabrielle.
I didn't hear you say Ron again. Yeah, I got it wrong.
Yeah, you got it wrong. Oh, no. Almost had a perfect score.
I said everything right. I just said her name wrong.
That's true. All right. 10. Name the truth-telling serum that reveals fake Mad-Eye Moody, a.k.a. Barty Crouch Jr., to tell Dumbledore where the real Mad-Eye is. Is it Verticillium, Billywig Sting, Bezor, or Amortentia?
I think it's Veritaserum.
You think it's Verticillium? Well, that is correct. Let me check this. Are you going, you cunt? Yeah, all right. That is correct. You got 10 questions correct with your bonus question, so almost a perfect score with a perfect score.
Yeah, I just
Isn't that
got one
fucked?
letter wrong.
You got one letter wrong.
Yeah.
That was great. You crushed it on this quiz. I'm very impressed with your knowledge, your excitement.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Makes me want to see what other movies that you have that I can watch and make quizzes for. Also, Jake's going to watch some movies I give him, and he's going to quiz me. And it's going to be a good old-fashioned sexy time. If you like these bonus episodes, go to Going Dutch Comedy on Instagram and hit us up there. DM us, comment, or go to Going Dutch Comedy Show at gmail.com.
Let's go!
Let us know what movies you want us to cover and do bonus episodes on. What date movies do you love? Put it all in the fucking comments, or, you can follow me at Kane Holloway.
Follow me at Short Jakes.
And that's the end of this show, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.